How are we doing today, guys? It's Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. And this is something that I have been talking about for a while now, and I've been trying to tell people about this and trying to warn people, and I've been letting my friends and family know that there's a very good possibility of why our food prices are going to skyrocket this summer, and it has a lot to do with the fact that we get 20 to 25% of our fertilizer from Russia. And guess what? Russia ain't going to be selling us squat right now with everything that's going on. So let's get into this article, and we will have a little comment section at the end, and I'm going to tell you my personal thoughts on what everybody can do to help prepare for this potential upcoming, well, as they describe it, a famine. If you have not already, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel and share this around with your friends, because that's the only way this is ever going to get out. So here we go. From the Blaze. Famine by the end of the year. Why food supplies could be in major danger and what you can do now to prepare. Oh, so there you go. So they're going to give you some ideas too. Probably going to be very similar to what I was going to tell you, but I'll give you my thoughts at the end anyway. Record price hikes could soon see another huge spike, this time on wheat-based grocery items in particular, as Russia's invasion of Ukraine coincides with the crop season for one of the world's most essential food sources. 15% of all global calories come from wheat and rice, and one-third of the world's wheat comes from Russia and Ukraine. The crop season for wheat is right now, but very little farming is currently is occurring as Russia's invasion of Ukraine drags on for a second month. On the radio program, Glenn Beck broke down the importance of this statistic, plus many more, and explained why these numbers could even point to a possible famine by the end of the year. When you're looking for food, and understand that 15% of all global calories come from wheat and rice, and one-third of all our wheat comes from Russia and Ukraine, Glenn explained, the next stat you need to understand is the supply chain for food is 90 days. We have 90 days worth of food in the supply chain, and if it stops, let's say for some reason stop all farming, we would have 90 days of food left worldwide, okay? Now, 25% of all global production is food. We're about to lose 12% of that production. That means we're losing half of our food supply, he added. Now, the bigger problems are fertilizer and energy, and this is what I was talking about earlier, the fertilizer issue. The energy price to run the tractors, to run the trucks, to run everything else, and the price of phosphorus, potassium, and nitrogen, those are the three major things we use to make fertilizer. This is causing so much stress on the farmers that farmers all around the world are not planting their fields. They are reducing the acreage because without fertilizer, you're not growing much. So why plant all those fields? He continued. So far, the price of corn has doubled, soybeans and wheat are skyrocketing, and strategic food reserve in some parts of the world are now opening, he warned. We'd better have perfect weather all over the world, because if things continue the way they are and don't turn around quickly, hundreds of millions of people will experience famine by the end of the year. And we're talking, especially a lot of the poorer countries out there. And if you're thinking we're going to get perfect weather, Bubba, I got a bridge to sell you, because we're never that lucky. Glenn went on to detail what you can do to prepare. Watch the video below to hear Bren break it down. To enjoy it. Yeah, okay. So I'm sure I watched this speech, so the things I'm going to tell you are going to be the exact same kind of things that video covers with Glenn. Okay, because like I said, I watch Glenn almost every single day. Like I have it on my TV at work when I'm here at the shop taking care of things, and it's always playing in the background no matter what I'm doing around here. I just leave the Blaze live stream on until Glenn's radio show's over, and then I catch the second 2 hours in the afternoon when they do it on the repeat. What he planned on doing, what he was going to tell you in that video is when you go to the grocery store, okay, just because of inflation alone, we know that the price of food is going to continue going up, as well as the price of absolutely everything else, okay? Now we know because of the war in Ukraine, we're going to have food shortages over the summer, which is just going to exacerbate the problem we're already having with inflation. It's going to cause food to go even higher. Now we've got a fertilizer shortage. So that on top of that, now we're going to have crop shortages over the summer and during the harvest season. So it's going to get even more expensive after harvest this fall, okay? So what you need to do now to prepare is every time you go to the grocery store, instead of buying one, you need to buy two of something, okay? If you normally buy 1 can of beans for like 1 can of chili, buy 2. Okay? And then when you use that first can of chili, do not use the second can of chili. Go back to the store and buy another 2 cans, okay? Rinse and repeat with every dry good and stored and canned good that you normally use, and keep doing this. If you've got a freezer, try to do the exact same thing with meat and dairy, because if the price of grain goes up, just like it does for all the rest of the bread products, the price of feeding all of those animals is going to go up as well, which is going to cause the increase in those prices. So if you've got a freezer, if you feel like you can stock up on stuff like that, do the same thing with meat and dairy products. But please be prepared, because those of you that watch these videos and those of you that can share these with your friends that will actually listen, we are the people that are going to have to help the neighbors around us as well. You're not just going to be stocking up for you, but you're going to be stocking up for those that weren't prepared for when this happens, and we're going to have to help each other through this. If you have the room and the space, start a garden. Even if you live in an apartment, you can still get a window seal garden that will literally sit in your window, and it'll grow, like, just, if nothing else, a couple of cherry tomato plants, anything that's going to help you cut back on food you have to get from other sources outside yourself. Once again, if you have the space, get you a couple of chickens. You can get a chicken coop on Amazon for like $150, $200. It's more than enough room for like 2 to 4 chickens. That'll get you eggs every day, okay? Most chickens, if fed properly, will produce at least 1 egg a day. And even if it's only an egg every other day, that's still one less thing you have to go to the grocery store for, okay? This is going to get worse before it gets better, all right? We've got a long road ahead of us. Thankfully, tough times create strong men, and strong men create good times. The times we're about to go through are about to be very tough. So if you're a weak man, be joyous. But because of the end of this, you're going to have to be tough, or you're not going to survive. But don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be worried. The Lord has our back, and we will get through this just like we get through everything else. But we have to prepare. That's the only thing that's going to make this bearable to get through, is if we have to prepare and we have to come together through all of this. But hey guys, that's just my common sense take. If you have not already, like, share, comment down below. Let me know what you think about all this. Let me know what you're doing to prepare. Let me know if you have any other better advice on what else we can do to prepare for what's coming, the massive inflation and the potential food shortages that we're going to come see. This is Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. Thanks for watching.